Detroit proud. All right. So what are you guys looking at? I'll get into that. So basically, I just said, first off, I'm not selling you anything. I am not. This is just paying it forward. And I think that, I just kind of, again, I just had it up with like, again, I think I could be doing more in like literally the sales community, and I don't. So that's selfish on my end. And I don't even want to pay it. I'm not even charging anything. And again, I'm a nobody, but I know a few things. So first, I just see so much belittling and these it's just ridiculous. So not to get all negative, but it's like, it is what it is, right? So don't even, again, I'm going to come on here a lot more from, on my own time and literally just try to shed some light on that. And I'll go toe to toe with anybody that wants to belittle anybody, because it's just, nobody wants to do that with me. But start a fight. No, but it's pathetic. And I think that, it's leadership. Call it what you will. Take it from someone that was in leadership. Like, there's a lot of things that you would be like, oh, how is he a leader? He's kind of scattered. But there's a lot of things that I brought to the table that just overshine that, right? I'm not the most detailed oriented certain things. But at the end of the day, I think it's every manager is different, right? And I think, though, you have to always have someone that's practicing what they preach. And let's face it, these people are belittling people. It's like, if you're a VP of sales and you're sitting here screenshotting shots of someone's salesperson's DM, come on, dude, go train your team. Anyways, so what I want to do is I want to help some people out that maybe has a, manager that's not good, or a manager that's might be okay, but he or she is trying to be the next superstar on LinkedIn. I get it. I want to make you some money. Now, I'm not going to be the person that is like, cheer up, bucko. Like, no. I don't want to come on here and give you, there's enough of that fluff. So I just want to come on here and really just give some type of information that could probably put some money back in your pocket, or maybe not, but at least I'm giving something, right? And then I just get tied into maybe then, and that's like, then I'm become that little group. Anyways, here we are. This is tailored towards supply chain logistics, because that's my industry. But this process can still be done if you're in another industry. So basically, what I look at when I think of, supply chain logistics is I take a step back, and I always say I got to qualify before I, again, because I know that I'm going in and I'm selling an all-in account, maybe a little larger. It's a one-stop shop type deal. And I know let's address probably the one-off that's going to happen. The transactional people in our industry, really transactional, that are brokers, that, are looking for shipments. Listen, you could still stand out. You're more of a commodity than the sale I'm on. And transportation is a huge commodity. So you could still stand out. You could still do something to break the noise, right? And this is something I think you could. Like, for instance, I won't go too in depth with it, but it's like, listen, if you call accounting and they're getting manual invoiced and, not capturing cost well, what if your company can fix that? Now you just separated yourself from the masses of other people that are literally giving them just rates. Now you're helping accounting out, and now you're capturing costs better for them. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's a good thing. Super good thing. So where are we at? Cool. So this is what we're going to do is we're going to go through this real quick. I want to, kind of just explain that the process that I think that for supply chain guys and girls could do, is because accounting is super, super important when it comes into, transportation, logistics. It's finance. That's why I go there. I mean, that's why I personally go there, just so I can build out a case that I can, financially have a discussion, because of me wanting to set meetings with executives. So, but again, there's just a lot of things that moving parts in the supply chain, and accounting just happens to be one of them. And lastly, you know how hard it is to get a transportation manager on the phone these days. And especially when you don't want to be on a rate or a carrier list, you're literally just trying to get on to ask them a couple questions. So you brokers, you made my job harder. But no, I just wanted to, early on I decided, let's call accounting. So questions, right? I made it pretty simple. And it's as simple as I can be. So boom, question one, how do you receive your freight bills or invoices? Pretty simple. Stop. I'll even role play this. We got time. This is going to be a longer video, and this is going to be hopefully give some value to some people. So I go, how do you receive your freight bills and invoices? And I just stop because I don't want to lead them on to the, what I want to hear. Because oftentimes I do it still today, lead someone into a question or into an answer I want to hear. It's horrible. Now, I bet you once you start doing it, or if you start thinking about that, you'll start realizing you do a lot more than you think. So then if they don't know, it's like, okay. Or if they're just like, what? It's like, okay, so when you get your freight invoices, is it per shipment, email, consolidated, via mail? It's usually everything. These earmuffs are so hot. It's usually everything. Then, how are you currently capturing cost? And just shut up. What? And I say, okay, then that's when it's like, well, no, so I already know this. If you don't know, if you've never called accounting or anything like that, so don't say this, but so I would just say is, well, like, again, if you're quoted something, like when you get your bills, are you having to like allocate by anything? Keep it simple. Yeah. And then kind of these are some things that you can kind of walk them down to where it's like, okay, so walk me through that process, but you don't want to be too wordy on these things because again, it is just to qualify. I should talk. So it's just like, quoted versus billed. Quoted versus billed, for those that don't know, is what you were quoted on the front end and then what you were billed on the back end. And, a lot of times that what I find out is, there's some type of charge, whether that be, you just don't know unless you have a root cause analysis, or if you track it daily or weekly, I should say. But again, they don't match up. Departments, some people that have multiple departments. I know when I sold a small parcel, it was a big in the auto industry when they were sending out FedEx. Finance, they had like multiple different departments, different locations, product GL codes. You could literally anything, right? Just keep it simple. I would use those four. How is your transportation cost allocated into your pricing model? This is huge for me. Some of you probably don't have to use this, but again, why not learn it? Heck yeah, learn this. This is actually huge. I think for anybody. So what I see mostly is, people don't really know the actual cost to serve, by customer, products, locations, and they usually take the cost to serve, the cost of the sale, and tack on whatever percentage. And I see it's usually around 10 or 12%. And then they tie it into the cost before they sell it to the customer. So that's great, right? And well, there goes your free shipping. You're probably never getting free shipping. It's at some point it's always tied in. If they're really good, it's out. Yeah, if they're really good, they're not having to eat the back end. But so yeah, so that's if they say, hey, we just guess, like we do everything flat 10%. I've had that multiple times, and again, you only know what you know, but that's a bullet point for me or anybody, because it's like at the end of the day, it's like, well, how do you know? Do you know the cost to serve by, you're shipping in multiple locations, so you're probably eating more margin than you have to. So then I just did a current state, right? Kind of give you an example of what maybe they're doing. Gets a mixture of each, right? So a mixture of each of all those invoices, manually capturing quoted versus billed. What I normally see is the accounting people are having to go, whether their transportation people damn, this light is killing me. I can't do it. I can't do that light. So their transportation people are sending them like Excel files and basically of what they were quoted, and then accounting will go through and say, hey, okay, cool. Well, why didn't this match up? And then what happens is, it's all situational, but you get the point where it's like they got to go back, forth, and they end up pretty much eating the cost, which is, again, not a good thing. Does it happen? Yeah, but it could be eliminated or mitigated, I should say. And then added a flat 10%, like I said, if they don't actually know the true cost to serve, it's, again, this is another way to take margin out of their own pocket. And then I always like to say, okay, so now I bucket it into an outcome, right? Outcome or the outcome of their current state, and then and then I'll tie it kind of like a challenge. Time, paying more, and not knowing the root of the cause for those quota versus build, or maybe it's chargebacks. Not properly allocating. I was equals margin or equals losing margin, and then manually capturing manually capturing quota versus build. So now I go to future state. So I do this with every single qualified account. And this would, if I got this information, it would probably be enough. I'd probably try to get a little bit more, maybe, depending on the size of the account and what was kind of going on, what was my vibe with the accounting. But future state is something I always put, like, even before every call I in my CRM, I have, this is their state, like little bullet points, and say, stick to 2 bullet points. When I get them on the phone, these are where I'm hitting at. And I put, this is the value I can bring, this is the outcome or this is the problem I'm solving, and this is the outcome I'm bringing this company. So I'm very detailed when it comes to that stuff. So future state, in my head, I said, okay, consolidated invoices, cool. Electronic, that's what I would imagine, or not imagine, but like maybe I'll even ask the accounting people. It's like, well, what if you could do this? So I can get a little bit of buy-in, a little yeses around, not even knowing they're giving me yeses is a good thing. Tailored reports on quoted versus billed, explaining the variance, right? So it's like, why did that happen? And again, like I said, I'll ask accounting, like, again, you got to fill the vibe out on that. But if they're really cool, it's just like, hey, listen, I can do this. Would that help you out? I know, and they'll be like, yeah. The more buy-in you can get, the better. But then, cost to serve analysis. Then I put outcome, time saved, enhanced visibility, probably around visibility, 5% back inside their company from mitigated rebills, right? That's on average, that's what my numbers. And then on the quota versus build, and then 12% increase in profitability from properly allocating transportation into the pricing model. So I should have probably switched that. But if you're transactional and you're not going to like an executive level, you don't have to keep it like that. But heck, why am I telling you not to go to an executive level? Like, go to the executive. Like, I'm telling you, who am I to say that? Like, I'm preach it, do it. Learn this stuff. And you don't have to be selling all in accounts. Like, I'm telling you right now, you call 9 times out of 10. I mean, you're never going to get, trust me, I've never been belittled or even really hung up on by like an executive level, unless they were just a complete. But even like on my early days, like walking indoors, walking through people, like the secretary wouldn't be there, and I just walk in and go to the biggest door or the biggest office in the back. No joke. That's like how we were. That's how we were trained. It was, thinking about it now, I'm surprised I didn't get shot, but like that's how we were trained. Like I remember like waiting around lunch, but I got so many meetings from it too, though. Like you get some people, if you believe it or not, more people than not appreciate that. Like especially these old school CEOs. Like they were just like, did you just walk in here, dude? You just walk in here? I'm like, yeah, but. No, learn this. Listen, I'm gonna come on here more. I'm literally just doing admin work today. I have to clean out I'm just literally doing some admin stuff. I got live. I don't use it. The 4 dudes, 1 script. We all kind of faded. One and done. But I'm gonna keep rocking with it because, again, I'm a nobody. I don't want to sit here and say, oh, look at me, I'm a rock star. You can take it. You could take what you take from this video, and you can call me it or not. I don't really care about that as long as I can bring someone some value. I don't want to be a rock star. I just think that, I'm going to fall on my own sword. I think that, again, that being said, me not being a rock star, I think I know a little bit, and I think I've just been sleeping, and our industry as a sales as a whole definitely needs some little edginess to it, or a little less, as I would say, real is rare, a little more real and a little less, I love everybody. You're going to be great. You're going to be great. Because I want you to be great. Truly, it's my biggest strength and my biggest weakness. I know it. Wear my heart on my sleeve. But that doesn't mean I want to sugarcoat things. Like, the shit's hard. And it's still hard. I still mess up every day. And that's what I want to shed light on. It's like, dude, these tailored, super little duper, little emojis and like these, like, dude, come on. Like, you want to see raw? Like, I get it. Like, I practice this a ton. Dude, it's just some days you're off. It's just human nature. You're human. So I just want to shed some light, and that's on me. I'm like apologizing. Like, I'm gonna have like 3 people look at this, but no, that's on me because I gotta be I could be a bigger voice in this, and really drive some kind of I could drive some stuff. So, anyways, I hope this is helpful. I'm gonna have to find a way to get it to compress it to a link. If anybody knows, tell me how to do that, and I'll send it over. But yeah, what time is it? 2. If anybody wants to, actually, I'll go live at 3:34 and answer. Oh, see, I literally don't want to be that guy and answer any questions. But no, I'm dead serious. We'll just make fun of me. But no, if you guys want to go on, if there's again, I'll just sit on there. I'll sit on there and do admin work. And maybe, I don't know if it dings me or anything, but I'll go on at like 3:30 if you guys are down. And yeah, I will answer any question. You can ask me anything. Hopefully it's sales related, but if not, I'll still try to answer to the fullest. But I got a bunch of stuff. I just was digging through my stuff. Like, I got like 8 years. Like, I'm huge into like building up playbooks and stuff like that. So if I can help anybody out there, so be it. And you don't have to be in transportation. I mean, again, I could tailor everything from just my head to kind of help you out. So, all right, guys, my eyes I don't know how y'all podcasters or influencers do that with the light. My eyes are killing me, but hopefully this is good. Again, I'll see you guys on live. I know this was long, but again, hopefully it's worth it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you.